And this leads me into our new segment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Called Putting It on the Table.
Sure. Put it on the table.
Put it on the table. In this segment, we put our dumb thoughts about across the league on the table. And these can be as hot of a take as you want. They can be logical, they can be illogical, they can be whatever. And we respond to them and we let you know. And this is Putting It on the Table. And you guys can respond to our hot takes as well on our Facebook page or whatever.
And Instagram page.
We'll probably, and the best comments we will feature on the show.
Perfect.
So, my first hot take is this: I believe that the Houston Texans are a team in desperate need of rebuilding. Correct. That is not the hot take part. Even though they are in desperate need of rebuilding, they're not exactly in a position to rebuild because they can't because they don't have their first 2 picks.
They don't have draft picks and they don't have cap.
So this is how you fix it. You take your hero of New York you take the hero of Houston, JJ Watt. You slap a for sale sign on him. You push him out the door and you say, teams, do your worst. Give us all your damn picks. Because that takes away so much cap. Much cap.
It does. I mean, you put dead cap. I mean, it's a good amount of dead cap too. You can't. And here's why. Optically, it looks horrible.
I mean, look, here's the thing. The Texans, they're in a position where they can't afford to give a shit about optics.
They have to.
No.
They don't have a choice. They don't have a choice.
Do you think the Dallas Cowboys give 2 craps about optics? No.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Their whole team is about optics.
That's kind of fair. But look, here's the thing.
It's horrible because JJ Watt is Houston, and optically, if you trade JJ Watt, what you're saying is we're trading the farm. Deshaun Watson is also available, even though he's not. Legit, people are gonna freak out and be like, Deshaun Watson is available.
It should be because
Watson should be.
No, not Deshaun. Not Deshaun Watson.
I know, but I'm saying people if they trade JJ Watt even for 2 picks, let's say a couple of first and a second, people are gonna be like, Deshaun's on the block, even though it's not true. That's what it is. That's optics. That's how this business works.
Yeah.
You can't do it even if you want to. And if I'm the Texans, you know what? They're the Houston Rockets right now. Same city. They're the Houston Rockets. Just ride the thing out. See how it works. There's not much more you can do. You just can't. And it's all Bill O'Brien's fault, let's be honest.
Yeah. I will not be shocked if the Houston Texans end up going on a winning streak towards the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think they're going to be this bad, and I think in 3 or 4 years they will be one of the better teams in their division again.
Same with Atlanta. I put the same stuff on Atlanta as I do Houston.
Well, yeah, that was actually about to be my Atlanta was going to be the focus of my second hot take, and you're going to probably be shocked by this, actually blustering shocked, but I believe that old man Matt Ryan will not see another year in Atlanta after this year.
You're wrong.
I believe Matty Ice is starting to defrost. I just...
Defrost?
Atlanta has made it clear...
Is it Icelana, not Hotlanta?
Yeah. I mean, Atlanta has made it clear that they are looking to they're looking to become under new management. And having a quarterback that's been there through an old system, it just doesn't work. He is the one part of that team, honestly, he's the last part of that team that needs to go. He needs to be they need to start fresh.
So again, as with Houston, the reality is the cap is too much for them to even think about restarting. And I also would say this about Houston as I would with Atlanta. These are the two greatest jobs ever opened
Oh
in
yeah,
the NFL over the last decade.
I'm very curious to see what coaches take them because I think if the right coaches take these two jobs, these two teams could like shoot to the top. They have a lot of like very talented players.
So again, you're counteracting your point.
But I'm saying but at the same time, I don't believe that Matty Ice is as good. He's not that great anymore. You know, he was pretty good at one point. Not anymore.
He needs. I can't believe. Well, look, he's pretty old now. What, he's 30. Just like Jared Goff to some degree, but even better. He just needs tutelage. He needs the right coaching staff.
But you admit that Jared Goff is a puppet.
It's not a puppet. This is not a puppet argument. It's a tutelage argument. Listen, my point with Matt Ryan is he is very good.
Okay.
He is. And he showed it today. He is a good quarterback. But every quarterback needs his guy. Patrick Mahomes has this guy in Andy Reid. Aaron Rodgers, let's be honest, has this guy now in Matt LaFleur. You need a guy. That's how this league works. You need a guy that pushes you and puts you in the right spot. And you know who that guy was for Matt Ryan? Kyle Shanahan.
That's true.
They should have kept Kyle Shanahan, and they should have put him at head coach, and then Atlanta would have actually been a really good team the last few years. It's what it is. Atlanta, I'm even saying this with Jared Goff, but every quarterback needs guys that are tuteled, needs people to help them. That's what it is. And some guys do better than others. I would say McVay does a pretty good job with Goff in all honesty, but this isn't a Goff conversation. This is Matty Ice. Look, Matty Ice is a good quarterback. He just gets an unfair brunt of the criticism on this team. I really do. I think the main criticism had to go on Dan Quinn. I think it showed today when Dan Quinn was gone. This team is much better. And this defense, unfortunately, constantly ravaged by injuries. But even without that, this defense isn't very good. Matt Ryan's not getting any favors on this team. So I can't blame it all on Matt Ryan because he's just not getting many favors. You could even say the same thing with Sam Darnold, too. There we go. I'm adding another quarterback in this discussion. You could say the same thing with Sam Darnold. I'm sorry. He's getting unfair criticism. He just is. And with Darnold, I really do feel like he's regressed. That's a whole separate thing. But at least with Matt Ryan, I feel like it's completely unfair. And I think this game showed why it's unfair. He's the right quarterback for this team, at least for the next 3 years, which I think his contract is for 3 more years. He's the right guy for this team. He just needs a coaching staff that can help him, and he needs that actually healthy defense that can contribute. But it's not on him. It isn't. And by the way, stop playing Brian Hill as much as you are. You have Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley's been playing pretty well in the snaps he's getting. Why is Brian Hill on the field as much as he is? I don't understand. I love Brian Hill. He's my dude. I like him a lot. But he doesn't need to see the field as much as he is.
Anyway, this is I don't know if you have any hot takes, but because you're just Mr. Anti-hot take, but
I'm not really Mr. Anti-hot take. I just don't really have anything with this slate.
Anyway, well, this has been laying it on the table. Hope you enjoyed. Back to regular programming.